in the woods of Maine. It's snowing pretty good out here, but I think this is the kind of weather that people in Maine are used to. So am I. Today, we're going to focus on getting some food and survive. You're watching it here on SurvivorBoy. This is at least 75 or 115 degree angle. This is deep snow. It's a little chilly. So I'm gonna break here for a minute. It's beautiful. Nature really gets me right here. Gets me right here. My heart moved over when I was 3 years old. That's all I gotta say about that. Oh shit. I was like being cautious. I forgot I set this video camera up. The rule is, if you're gonna fall forward. The woods. Oh, you know what? I want to take this time to let our first SurvivorBoy contest come into full swing. The contest is, to all my subscribers and my followers, I want you folks to name the SurvivorBoy staff. So the contest goes out. First name that picks wins a free SurvivorBoy t-shirt.
The rules for the contest are simple. Simply think of a name for the spear, type it into the comments below, be sure you're a subscriber, and I need at least 20 names to choose from. If I do not get 20 names, I can't have a contest. The winner of this contest will receive a free SurvivorBoy t-shirt that I designed and signed myself.
Now I'm going to sit down, right? Okay, good. Oh, yeah! We're heading into the cloud line. We are high up in Maine, not Connecticut. Maine. I almost fell. Good show use a campfire. This I gotta break up here. This absolutely rocky, mountainous terrain is nowhere near as difficult as the flat, even, poisonous terrains of Connecticut. We're above the cloud line, and the view is just spectacular. It's getting hard to breathe up here. We must be at least 20 to 30,000 feet up. What you did miss, I think, I tried to get it on videotape, was the sound of the mongoose falcon making its sharp, heavy calls. They're good luck. They sound like this. Bwah! Bwah! That's good luck. All right. I gotta climb this summit, to the summit, excuse me. This is very rough terrain. This is straight up vertically. And I gotta do it in the snow, whole cold climate of the cell phone ringtone. Okay. Thank you. No, that's a good one. That's a good one. No, it's not. Okay. All right, there we go. I would like to thank Brandon Ortega, an old friend of mine who taught me mountain climbing in 2007. Yes. Thank you, Brandon. I think we've reached the summit, or the summit. It is bitterly cold up here, but we are definitely above the cloud line, or at least in the middle of it. About 30 to 40,000 feet in the air. It's getting hard to breathe up here, but I have been mountain climbing for about 47 years. So don't try this at home, kids, unless you want to have a good time. I'm going to head towards this outcrop up here. This small summit, and see where I am location-wise in the globe. We've done it. You and I, we have reached the summit. I believe this is Mount Heisenberg, known for its hat-like qualities and sort of a brim-like glasses on the side of the mountain. That's why they call it Mount Heisenberg. But we're well into the clouds. The storm is raging, and it's quite cold out here, so I gotta find some kind of shelter and maybe get a fire going. I have food and water, so that's the hard part out of the way. But I'm gonna try and make a fire in the middle of the snow. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Snow is deep. You either sink or stay on top. Alright. Let's be on a lead. I will persevere. Oh. Wow. Good thing I didn't go running up this ledge. There's quite the mouth here. Quite the gully. Straight down into the valley. Be not mistaken, we are very high up. Now over here, these are the classic layered rocky terrains of Maine. Kind of like the rice paddies in China. These naturally grow out here. We're not entirely sure why, but outcrops of many of the native Maine Indians used to build villages out here in the rock faces. I think I'll actually do the same. Good for shelter, and see if we can build a fire. Okay. Okay, here we are. We're in one of the summits that the ancient Indians of Maine used to camp out in. I'm going to do the same. Now, something interesting about this spot, I had to cover my face and my eyes completely, so I'm sorry you can't see me anymore. But it is SurvivorBoy. The wind is picked up here on top of the summit, and it's pretty intense, and it was starting to freeze. And we are in this recess, and this is all just ice and rock, and it'll keep me safe from the wind. Also on this side we have rocks to block, and they're covered with this just ice that's like glass. So we're, meaning you and I, we're going to camp out here, and we're going to try and get some rest. So be prepared. This is going to be the coldest night since Connecticut. Okay. Good night. This is relaxing. All right. This has been one long frosty nap. The snow is deep and you don't know what's ice, what's rocking. I'm gonna use my Bear Grip hands. Actually, some of you might know who taught me this. Bear Grylls, a semi-famous survivalist, taught me how to do this. He's okay when it comes to survival, but nowhere near as resourceful as I am. I'm out. Come here, unnamed spear. So, I've got to clear off my goggles. Okay, so right now we're at a part of the summit. We're out of an area, there's a tree line behind us, and that is a really good barricade from the wind as well. I got a couple hours nap back in the gully over there, but now I need to get some food. Now I have some food, but I want to keep that for emergencies when I really need it. And now I don't really need it because there's something in front of me that I'm going to show you that you can eat. So over here, in this area that looks a lot like hair plugs, okay, so that meal I was talking about before is this stuff right here. This is mandragora bulb, and what this is packed with vitamins A, E, J, and F. And this is really good for quickly circulating oxygen to your leg muscles when you're climbing. Now, it may look revolting, but it is extremely delicious. And this is, it's a little bitter, but this is going to give me that energy I need. I'm going to eat just about all of this and be on my way. I'm going to go get that. I ate all of it, and I'm leaving this one little shrub right here so it could regrow the population. It's asexually reproductive, so it'll spread in a couple months. I want to, you know, leave footprints and not that. Can't get rid of an entire species. Gotta save someone else for the other survivalists. Okay, so we are taking shelter underneath this absolutely phenomenal cedar spruce, and we are, meaning me and you, the viewers, we're getting shelter, filling up on some water. Believe it or not, you may see cold water everywhere in the form of ice, but it's very dehydrating because I'm breathing in and out really quickly because of the lack of oxygen up here because of the altitude, about 40,000 feet in the air. So it's causing me to dry out, and I brought a couple bottles of water with me, and waterproof backpack, well, backpack with some waterproofing on it. I'm going to throw on my glove here, and I'm going to continue down the path, see where that leads me. I'm going to try and get around the rim of this gigantic gully.
Maine is the best place in the world to find meteorites. dark meteorites show up against the white expanse of ice and snow and don't get covered by vegetation. In some places, the way the ice flows concentrates meteorites there. The ice makes them gather in one place.
I am going to climb down this mountain a bit to get halfway down. It's snow is deep, and right now I'm like the anti-Legolas, and I'm sinking. So I'm going to climb down a bit, get out of this intense wind. All of my clothes are freezing, literally. Snow, yay, Michaela cat. This is the winter of this song, cat. Okay, I'm gonna head down the mountainside where the wind is not so intense. There's just nothing to eat up here. I thought there was more of that plant up here, but I only seen one patch. Good thing I left one just to make sure they weren't extinct, because it looks like it's pretty close. Also, walking up on these ridges is like walking through Rosie O'Donnell's arteries. It's not easy. So I'm gonna head down the mountain and see what I can do down there. There's gotta be more game. Oh! Ice and shins! We seem to have made it to a lake. This is Lake Tenehacana, and it's a big, open, frozen, windy, cold terrain. I'm gonna go out on it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stay on the edge of this lake, and I don't want to walk in the middle of that, because even though I'm wearing thermal gear and I'm warm right now, if I go through it, there's no more SurvivorBoy. So I'm going to stick to the edge of the lake, so if my legs do go through, the water only goes up to my shins, which is good. I'm not saying my feet won't be cold, but at least I'll survive. So I'm going to go along the edge of this lake and see if I can find some shelter and tuck in for the night. Oh, folks, this is amazing. So I found a very, very rare sight. Over there in the distance, I believe that to be a hunter's cabin, a refuge that are built out here. Usually within them, there are supplies like a stove and ice fishing, poles and things like that. So what I can do is I can go bunker down in there for the night and calculate what supplies I'll have in there, and potentially I might have the ability to catch some fish out here. So I'm going to head over there now. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to head over there, bunker in for the night, and this is this week's episode of SurvivorBoy. We'll see you next week. This way you can know what happens in there. See you next week. Oh yeah, Michaela cat, oh yeah, Michaela cat, oh yeah, Michaela cat, oh yeah. All right. So since I've already given the ending of the show and started the credits, I might as well do another video. We meaning you, we're almost at the cabin. And I'm going to go in there, I'm going to bunker down for the night, see what supplies I have, and get some rest. See you next week on SurvivorBoy. Shut up, shut up, shut up.